What kind of insurgency do we need? The question is pertinent because defining the word insurgent, we have seen that, all right, it's aimed at overthrowing a government, toppling a government, and causing chaos and all that. So the question is, what kind of insurgents do we need? Well, I'm sure you agree with me that as we are considering our nation, you've had a conversation for the past, maybe about 9 or 10 years, about a decade, going to a decade, has been how, particularly this decade, has been how a lot of issues are, paramount in our nation, and it's coming from leadership, right? A lot of conversations about how leadership of the nation and so on and so forth. And by leadership, we are now referring to those who hold governmental power. But you see, if we want to be objective as a people, we will realize that our problem as a nation, and indeed in any place at all, is not necessarily or primarily what we see in positions of power. Now, indeed, it is true that everything rises and falls on leadership. In other words, leadership has the responsibility of setting the tone for a people or for a nation. But what you're going to find if you investigate is that when there is a prevalent problem in a society, while leadership might really show it, the real issue is much more than just those who hold positions of power. The real issue is a cultural problem. Somebody say cultural problem. Say it again, say cultural problem. So what's culture? It's the people's way of doing things, right? People's way of life, their general customs, their beliefs, the way people live. That's what culture is. And in so many ways we can agree that the things we call issues in our nation actually has become or has been actually a cultural thing. The folks that you're calling leaders, that you say are responsible for the things that we're going through as a nation, are simply Nigerians who have been given power to rule. In fact, if you are honest with yourself, a lot of times you may have acted in certain ways and done certain things. And if you are truly honest with yourself, you will see that you simply just acted like a leader. The only difference is that you didn't have governmental power to spread that thing all around or across the board. The point is that the guys who are there that we say are the issues actually are simply Nigerians. Quote unquote, they are average Nigerians who are no longer average because they have been given what? Power, the right to rule. They now have power with which to exercise, their will and their authority. And you see, a man with power in his hands is going to simply bring about a reflection of who he really is. Power in itself isn't bad. Power actually is only corrupt in the hands of corrupt people. Power itself in itself isn't bad. You agree with me? Yes. Power will serve the purpose of whoever is wielding it. I understand what I'm saying? So my point is that you're going to find out that really the issue is that we have a cultural problem. So really the insurgents we need is a cultural one. A revolt against the prevalent systems and ideals and beliefs of the nation that we find ourselves in. We need to rebel against it.